Good morning. It is Tuesday as I record this. Hopefully I can get everything to work for me this morning. We are getting a late start to the semester due to weather. So I just ask for patience on all of our part as we navigate the schedule over the coming weeks as we try to make up for a little bit of lost time. I'm going to go over a few things that I would have gone over in class yesterday, but we will still take a majority of class time tomorrow getting into the course. So one of the first things I want to talk about is that almost everything we possibly need for our course is found in Canvas, such as how you can email me when I'm available to get help outside of my teaching schedule, talk about calculators, homework, both in paper and online, how to get help, and all of those things. So in Canvas, if you log in and select our course, the very first page that you will see is the syllabus. The syllabus is where almost all of your policy questions and process questions for how this course runs are found. This will look a little bit different on my iPad versus the web browser, but all the information will be the same. I'd like to point out that my email address is jonathan.engelman@kc.edu. This is the email that I check. So when you are in your student email and you are trying to contact me, this is the email you need to write down, jonathan.engelman@kc.edu. My office hours tend to run immediately after our class every Monday and Wednesday. The afternoons starting at 1 o'clock Monday and Wednesday, and then I have an hour both on Tuesday and Thursday in between my course in physics lab. Sometimes I will be eating my lunch during office hour, but don't let that scare you. It is more I will have an open door policy while I eat my lunch this semester. Everything that you need to know about the course is found in the syllabus. I am likely going to create a short, free as in you'll get full credit for participating, quiz on the syllabus. So please read through the syllabus. We will be taking a very short, small quiz in a few days about everything found in the syllabus. One of the things that I want to point out here is the calculator policy. First off, the only calculators that are ever allowed in Math 105 are scientific calculators. Cell phones are not calculators. Secondly, we will use them only sparingly. This means that in sections 1.4, 8.6, and 14.5, we have material that absolutely require the approximation capabilities of a calculator. The rest of the time, we are going to use the God-given calculators called our brains to do all of the calculating for us. Homework in our class that is consisting of two different components. There is book homework. That's physical book homework. It's going to be written on paper. Then there is the My Math Lab online homework. The online homework is due the next class day after a section is complete, and the book homework is always due at test day. So for instance, our first test, which is scheduled for January 29, but that is probably going to be moving, that will cover 2 sections in Chapter 5 and 5 sections in Chapter 6 for 7 total sections. Rather than having 7 pieces of paper assignment, all the problems from those 7 sections will get done on one single packet and turned in all in one at one time the day of exam 1. My math lab for each of those sections will be due as we go, and that is probably the environment that students prefer most to do the homework. There are a lot of tutoring availability within MyMathLab. There's the ability to have the system show you how to do a problem, work you an example, walk you through it. You can click a button to email me your particular problem and the numbers in your problem, and I will see what your problem looks like to be able to give you feedback. Sometimes there is a video regarding a particular problem. So a lot of really, really good options in MyMathLab. Something else that we will be doing this semester is doing all of our testing in MyMathLab. Since half of our homework is done in MyMathLab, we will be doing problems very similar for tests. So it'll look exactly like you're doing a regular daily assignment in MyMathLab, except you won't have any of the help capabilities. What this will do it will give you a score immediately at the end of the test about what you did. And if you are looking to be able to get partial credit, we will be showing work on separate paper, and I can go back through your work and see if you can get partial credit back. So by having the testing in MyMathLab, it will actually speed the process along and get you your feedback much quicker on your tests. You don't have to wait for me to grade each problem. And along the tests topic, there are 5 unit or chapter tests and then 1 comprehensive final. After the semester is over, I will be dropping one of those first 5 exams. So really you do get a single test score that maybe you had a bad day, or maybe you missed a test and got a 0 on it. You get 1 test score in those first 5 that is a throwaway. The final is comprehensive, required, and not droppable. All of these will be done in MyMathLab. As far as the grading scale goes, this is a pretty standard grading scale. What I want to point out that I do not round up. So even though I have a D and F percentages on this scale, all of you need at least a grade letter of a C or above in order to get credit for the course to count in the program that you are choosing, which means in order to pass this class, you need a 72.0. A 71.99% will be a C minus, and I will not round that up. My hope is that that isn't a problem, because I want everyone to have at least a 72.0% without needing any assistance. One of the things that I have seen in the past, the students who tend to be on that bubble between a C or C minus tend to be the students who do not have regular attendance in class. And what I say about this typically is a day here or there usually will not negatively impact a grade, but regular in attendance, regularly missing class, every week missing class, every month missing 3 or 4 classes, missing 3 days in a row. Those are the types of attendance issues that tend to drop grades very quickly at the end of the semester and put you on a bubble. And I don't want that at all. I want each of you to be in class as frequently as possible and be able to see what we're doing in class and apply it on your homework and your tests, so that at the end of the class you have a solid B or better, which will be a grade that would look much, much better in getting into the program of your choice. There are a few more things in the syllabus that I won't go over right now. I will suggest you read it. It could show up on that syllabus quiz coming up in a few days that just deal with some of the things that we have to have on our syllabi. So let's see if I can point out how MyMathLab works. So first off, we have to get logged into Canvas. This will look a little bit different in class for you tomorrow. I have this as a faculty account. So if we're in the Canvas course, there's a tab over here, My Lab and Mastering. In that tab, you will be prompted to create a Pearson login. It doesn't show up on my account because I already have linked my Pearson account, but there will be a box similar to this yellow box right here to create a Pearson account. Now, when you create this Pearson account, I need you to use your Kettering email when you create it. It will also ask you to create a password. You do not have to remember this password. Canvas will remember it for you. Once you've created the account within Canvas, Pearson will already know what MyMathLab code is needed for the course ID. All you will need to do is, if you already have, actually let me back up, there are three likely scenarios. You have a new book that has the MyMathLab code in it. You have a used book or a rental book which does not have a code, or you have a book purchased that has the code that is on its way. In those three cases, here's what I would suggest. If you have a book with the code already in the front cover, when it asks for the course ID, you can type that in. If you have a book on its way, it's in the mail, you don't know whether it has a code or whether it's a rental or whether it is used, you can scroll down to the bottom of a page and select sign up for a 14-day free trial. If you already have the book and it's used or it's a rental, you have to purchase the MyMathLab code, and it will prompt you for that. So the three options on the page after you create the account will be type in the code, purchase the code, or the small link at the bottom of that page will be 14-day free trial. The 14-day free trial will allow you into the MyMathLab system prior to committing to the purchase if you have a book in the mail and you aren't sure whether it has a code in it or not. Once those 14 days are up, you won't be able to access the course again until you buy or type in the code. And so the 14-day access will also get you into MyMathLab right away, whether you have the code in the book or not, so that you can get into the system and start the orientation assignment as soon as possible. I'll hopefully be able to take some time tomorrow during class to be able to walk you through this again and see it in person. But see if sometime later today or tonight you can get into MyMathLab. I think this is all I will cover today. I hope you have a good Tuesday, and I will see you in class tomorrow morning, Wednesday at 8:30.